Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? Kevin here, coming back at you with another video. This video right here is kind of going to be a pain in the neck. But without further ado, hit that subscribe button please, and the bell icon so when I post a video, you guys get notified. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the clutch adjustment and do's and don'ts and all that kind of jazz. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, let me... Okay, here we go. Alright, so on the last video you guys noticed that the notches were off on the adjuster there. So we're going to just start off from the beginning. So over here on the clutch lever, right here, it's got a lot of free play. You're going to wind that all the way in. Okay? Now, with that all the way in, that makes the cable all loose. All the way down. So then you come down here and you notice that the cable is sticking out down here because that's just how loose it is. That's crazy. So what you want to do is you want to take the space out of that. So you're going to come up to here onto this little box. Some of your bikes don't have a box. Some of your bikes just have a cable, but there'll be an adjustment right here. So here's the adjuster for this. So we're going to take this. Basically what we're doing is we're taking the extra slack out of the cable. Okay, then we adjust that down just like that. Okay, so now the cable is not, I mean, it's going to have a little bit of movement, but it's not going to be crazy. Then you look on your adjuster here, you have your tab here, and that line right there should be lined up. When that line lines up, here we go. Sorry about that. Alright, so when the alignment line lines up, this one's still off. We're going to take a screwdriver and we're going to see if we can, that makes it worse, that right there makes it better, and we still have a lot more play. So we're going to come back up here and we're going to adjust it out of the cable. That's what we want. We want that cable to be adjusted so that the line lines up. Okay? A little bit of pull on it, that's what we want. Okay. Nice. Move back and forth. Okay, so your line is lined up. You're going to take the center screw and you're going to bring it, wind it in until it just touches. If you have to back that nut right clear off, go for it. You want to feel it till it just touches. Okay, right there, and your alignments will line up. After you get them aligned and there's no tension, you lock it in place with a 10mm nut, and then you go up top. When you get up top, you're going to have to take the bike off the kickstand. Take the bike off the kickstand, and then just with one finger pull it back and see if you have free play, which we do. We have free play. Then you pull the clutch back all the way and you can feel it disengage. That's a good clutch right there, and that is it. Free play, pull, free play, pull, free play, pull. Okay. And then of course you have your adjuster here, which you don't really need to do. This clutch is like brand new. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Kevin, how come you had to take it off the kickstand? Okay, I'm going to show you guys that. The reason why I had to take it off the kickstand is because of this. If your bike is equipped with this little junction box, so this is your clutch cable coming into this box, and it's got a slide in there. It's got two cables coming out of it. This cable right here goes to your clutch. This cable goes to your kickstand. So how that works is when you're sitting on the bike and you take the bike off the kickstand like this, straight the bike up, and you pull the clutch, the kickstand automatically goes up. Just like that. So pretty cool. not really needed, but it's one of those things that they put on these little bikes just to give you a little bit of extra, you know what I mean? Earlier bikes don't have that. Earlier bike clutches, okay, are like this style right here. On this same location, it just goes into that right there. So basically, they replaced this long piece right here with that little box. That's all they did. Which in return gave you the added feature of a liftable kickstand. And they did that on the KEs, you know, from the 80s and on. You know, some of them had it, some of them didn't. Pretty neat little feature, anyway. So I wanted to share with you guys how to do a quick clutch adjustment. Hopefully you guys learned something on that. A lot of information. So I was going to do that when I did the carburetor thing, but I didn't want to confuse anybody as part of that. So now you understand how to adjust the cables from up there, takes the slack out of the cable, and how to get a good clutch. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And what you're doing is when you're turning that screw, you're turning it until it just touches. So you bring it in, it touches, you back it out, bring it in until it just touches. You'll get the feel of it. Okay, Kevin is just touching right there. I can feel it. So 2 fingers. I can't turn the screw anymore. It's just resting up against it. Tighten down that jam nut. That simple. Clutch adjustment, done. So we got, so far, we have the carburetor cleaned, mounted, sealed, and ready to go. We have the relationship between the carburetor and the automatic oiler all done. So those two are perfectly married, and the clutch is done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a new intake, new gasket around that, put the covers on there. He had some incorrect bolts. We're going to put the correct screws back into that cover, put that cover on, and then we can pressure wash this bike. I got to do the tire pressures, change out that back wheel, check the brakes, and the battery's on inside on the charger right now. We've already did a compression test. It's got pristine compression. It's got beautiful spark. We are basically good to go. So then we're going to check all the lights, all the wiring, and then that's the last step. Basically clean it. We're going to do an oil change to the transmission, and I'll be showing you guys how to do that. I've done one on another bike, but this is Michael's bike, so we're going to do it again. We're going to go right through it. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I will be talking to you guys later. I'm out.